In the quiet village of Umudike, everyone knows Prince Ikenna. He was tall, brave, and the only son of King Justice and Queen Amaka. The people loved him because he was kind and his mind could calm even the loudest market woman. But inside the palace, the prince was lonely. He had friends, guides, and teachers, but nobody really listened to him. They only bowed and said, "Yes, my prince." One morning, while walking through the back garden of the palace, Prince Ikenna saw a girl singing as she swept the compound. Her voice was soft and her laughter made the birds stop and listen. Her name was Ife, the youngest maid in the palace. She did not see the prince standing behind the tree, watching her. She just continued to sweep and sing. The bird has wings, but still stays home. The heart has love, but still stayed quiet. Ikenna smiled. The next day he came again. This time he bought a flower, but he did not know how to talk to a maid. So he said nothing. He just placed the flower on the bench and walked away before she could see him. If he saw the flower and looked around, "Who left this?" she asked. The next day he came again. This time he left a small wooden bed he carved with his hands. And then another day he left a poem. Finally, one early morning, Ify caught him hiding behind the tree. "My prince," she said, confused. "Where are you hiding?" Ikenna smiled and came out. "Because I was scared," he said. "Scared that you will laugh at me?" "Laughed at you," if he asked. "I will like you," he said, "but I'm a prince and you are. You are not." If he looked at him, unsure if it was a joke, "But I'm just a maid," she said. "I know," he replied, "but your song is sweeter than any drum in my father's palace. I came here every day just to hear your voice." And just like that, their secret love began. They met in the garden when no one was watching. Ikenna told her stories about the world outside the village. If he told him stories about her childhood, how her parents died in a fire, and how she became a pilot's maid at age 10. "I have nothing," she told him. "One day, not even a family name." "You have something now," he said, holding her hand. "You have me." But love in a palace is never a quiet thing for long. One evening, Queen Amaka saw her son smiling at him. She asked, "Who is this girl?" He tried to hide it. "No one," he said, "but a mother always knows." So she called the head maid and said, "Watch my son. If he is hiding a secret, I want to know." And soon the whispers began in the palace hills. One night, as if he was cleaning the prince's library, a voice called out behind her. It was Queen Amaka. "Do you think you belong here?" the queen asked. If he froze, she dropped the book she was holding. "My queen, You are just a maid," the queen said coldly. "And my son is the future king. Stay away from him." If he ran out, tears in her eyes. The next day, she did not come to the garden. The next day, after that, she was gone. He cannot search everywhere. He asked the maids, he asked the guides. Nobody gave him the truth. Until one of the old cooks whispered, "Your mother sent her away. She's gone, my prince." He went to his mother, angry. "Why did you send her away?" he shouted. Queen Amaka looked at him. "Because you are not a child anymore. You will marry a princess, not a girl who snubs flaws." "But I love her," he said. "And I love you." The queen replied, "That's why I must protect you from this madness." He turned to leave. "You can stop me now," he said, "but you can't stop my heart." Ikenna became quiet. He no longer smiled at the village people. He stopped laying by the river. He only walked around with her head low. Then, one market day, while riding through Umudike, he heard a soft voice singing. The bird was flying, but still stay home. The heart has love, but still stay quiet. He jumped down from his horse and ran into the crowd. There was Ify selling herbs under an old tree. They are both fools. Ify, he said, "My prince." She whispered. He hugged her. The crowd around them shed in stock. "Come back with me," he begged. "No," she said. "Your people won't allow it. I will only bring shame. Then I will live with you," he said. "You are the hill," she said. "You can't throw that away." "I can throw away everything, but not you." The sun was sitting in Umudike. Prince Ikenna stood before Ify, holding her hand tightly. "You don't belong here under a tree," he said. "You belong beside me." Ify shook her head. Her eyes is full of tears. "The queen hates me. The people will laugh at me. I don't want to be the reason your kingdom turns against you. I will talk to my father," he said. "King Justice is a fair man." Ify looked into his eyes. She could feel the pain she carries, but also the fire of his love. "Okay," she whispered, "try, but if they say no, let me go." The next morning, Prince Ikenna returned to the palace and went straight to the kingdom throne room. King Justice was surprised. "Why are you here?" "Not in the war training today, my son. I want to marry a girl, father," he said boldly. The court grew silent. "Which princess?" the king asked. "She is not a princess," Ikenna replied. "She is a maid. Her name is Ify." King Justice leaned forward. "You know what this means, Ikenna. The royal family must marry within noble lines. Then I will give you up to thrones," Ikenna said. "No," the queen shouted from behind. She had been listened. "Ikenna, you will not disgrace us," she said. "You are a prince, not a lover boy from the bush." But the king raised his hand. Everyone went silent. "She is the one your heart wants?" King Justice asked again. "Yes," Ikenna said. "She is honest, pure and kind, not like those fake princes who only want gold and power." The king nodded slowly. "Bring her, I want to see this Ify." 2 days later, Ify came to the palace dressed in a simple wrapper. Her hands were shaking, but she walked with her head high. Queen Amaka refused to speak to her. The king looked at her from head to toe. "You love my son?" "Yes, my king," she said. "Look down. Will you love him if he is a boy?" "Yes." "Will you stay with him even if I banish you both from the palace?" "Yes." King just looked at her for a long moment. "You are brave," he said. "You remind me of someone, my wife, Amaka. When I first married her, Queen Amaka looked away, ashamed. Ikenna, the king, said, "You may marry her, but know this: love brings joy, but also pain, but ready for both." The wedding was mine. No drum, no dancers, only a quiet ceremony under a other tree behind the palace. Some nobles refused to attend. Some said the prince has brought shame. Others whispered curses. But Ikenna did not care. He was smiling, and so was Ify. They had become husband and wife, and for a while, peace lived in the palace. But peace never stayed long in place. Where jealous walked freely, one night after the moon had risen, Ify was in her room while she began to feel weak. Her chest was tight, her legs failed her. She fell to the ground, suggesting to breathe. The pilot's healer came and tried her best. Nothing worked. I feel cold, she whispered, but the fire is boiling. Ikenna stepped by her side, crying, please stay with me, he begged. She held his hand. Don't blame anyone, just pray